Okay,
Yeah.
Adekola, I'd like us to talk about the issue of prepaid meter, which you highlighted earlier on. What are the issues with it? You said that they are having the challenge of having the distribution companies now saying that they want the right kind of meters to be sold. What are the issues surrounding this prepaid meters thing, and how best can Nigerians benefit from it?
Yeah, thank you very much. Like we have said, you have basically two types of meters. Well, in this scenario we're talking about, you have the conventional, meters that is electromechanical, and then you have the solid state type, that facilitates prepayment, facilities. Now, people want to be sure that they are being charged for what they have consumed. They do not want any issue of contest, whether I've been charged rightly or not. This is where the prepayment meter suits a situation best. But some companies are available in Nigeria making these meters. We also understand some of these schools are patronizing their buying, some are not. We have not been able to really get to the root why some are buying, some are not. Some say they want to come up with their own kind of meters that will make sure they are safe on their own side, and that the consumers are also safe. But NEC is there to check all this, to make sure both sides are fairly treated. Having said that, there's still no good saying the fact that prepayment metering is better, because it minimizes arguments or contest from any quarters.
You only pay for what you use.
Exactly, you pay for what you have used. Just like you have your GSM system. I mean, once you have your money, you buy your credit card, you charge the phone, and make use of your phone. Very simple. No argument. So I think in the kind of scenario we need to play in this situation, that people just make sure that they buy their credit, charge their meters, and when they finish then they relax and wait until they're in a position to recharge again. Very simple, no argument. But when you keep on having these meters that people can contest, oh, I've been wrongly charged, oh, the meter has not been working right, stuff like that, then you will already have arguments.
Is there a timeline for these distribution companies to get these meters? If they want to get their own meters, maybe to get it manufactured or imported or somehow, how long do you think, what time frame are they given to it to allow this equipment or this items to come into the country to enable Nigerians to have access to them?
Yeah, like I said, I believe the meters, some payment meters are available locally. I'm aware some companies have them. But what we have really not understood is why maybe some of the discos are not patronizing, why some are patronizing. But we realize that some of them promised to come up with their own models that will be acceptable to NEC. We're waiting. So when that comes up. But the important thing is that the populace, that is the consumers, should not suffer, for this situation. They need to be, or even make sure, they need to be served with what is available, as long as it is prepayment meter. Are you with me? Which can give them confidence that they are being fairly charged.
All right. I'd like us to talk about the issue of waivers. I said at the opening of this conversation that waivers have been granted. Let me hear from Ephraim. Waivers have been granted by the federal government to some companies in the power sector in Nigeria. What's your take on this?
Okay, you say the issue is this. We tend to focus on the three key sectors, forgetting the support sector. They make things happen. The meter manufacturing companies, the OEMs of the generating equipment, and the likes of this sort. Now, again, most of this thing, if not 90%, we do import. And we really have to make it convenient for them to bring it into the country. You talk about the fund, the recent fund provided by government. They're actually meant for three different activities. The legacy debt repayment for gas consumption, the maintenance, right? And again, the back-end supports activities, right? So if you give waivers, it gives a long-term benefit to enable the system operates more effectively. So it is a good development in summary. We'll need to see more of that until the industry stabilizes. And mark you, we're supposed to have moved into the transition electricity market since March. We've not done that. There are so many issues that need to be addressed. The last I heard, NEC says November. I believe all this development is jet towards
What do you think is stopping this from happening or
it's the same
hindering
thing-
it from happening?
It's the same thing we're talking about. There are still many issues to be addressed. But again, like some of us believe, we do not need to address everything before it takes off. The earlier it takes off, it's going to even address those things that are lingering now. So I think it's in the best interest of the industry for the transition electricity market to take off. Yep.
Okay, Adekola, let's talk about the issue of renewable energy sources. While we're still trying to, we're grappling with having to get enough electricity for Nigerians to use, are we also looking towards other sources of energy that would also benefit us at low rates?
Yeah, thank you. You see, God is good. There are certain resources He has given us, or given mankind, you know, to make life pleasurable, comfortable for us. And one of this is the solar source of energy. And there's no doubt that when you tap into these resources, you are bound to get cheap form of energy, you know, in the middle and long-term basis. So many countries are looking into this sector to make sure they optimize their benefits from it. The US is doing that, Europe is doing that, you know, the Far East, they're doing that. We are not left out. We're where our government is doing a lot in that direction too. As at the moment, I know in the northern part of the country, where we have the abundant resource of this solar.
Okay.
Kano, Katsina, some plants are being built there.
All right. I'm afraid we have to end this conversation. Thank you for your time with us.
Okay.
Adekola Adediji, a power engineering consultant, and FM Edit is the chairman of the Power Group at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and that's why we'll call it a wrap here on Business Morning, while we go live to Benin City, where the Edo State Town Hall meeting is taking place.